So, I finally watched it. After 50 plus years of existing, John Stewart finally got his own movie, which is not really his movie, to be honest. It's a Justice League movie disguised as a Green Lantern movie. I mean, I know the movie has a slight focus on the Green Lanterns, but it just doesn't feel like a true Green Lantern movie, like the old Green Lantern movies that DC or Warner Brothers Animation used to make. It's like the Green Lanterns are a minor subplot of the movie, and I don't understand why they titled the movie Green Lantern. If they wanted to sell, they should just have titled it Justice League, but I guess they weren't allowed to call it Justice League considering Batman, Wonder Woman and Superman don't feature at all. This Green Lantern movie is probably one of the most hyped DC movies I witnessed in a very long time. People on Twitter went wild when the first trailer dropped, and when they saw Green Arrow was going to join the adventure, people were buzzing. And well, then it released, and well, let's take a look at what happened. Before we start, if you go on to enjoy today's video, give it a like, and if you feel at the end of the video that I wasted your time, then go ahead and feel free to dislike the video. So Green Lantern, Beware My Power is a Green Lantern movie in name only, and does the Green Lantern mythos a big injustice. The thing about this movie is that it isn't just the movie itself that has problems, but also the lead up to the movie. Well, what I mean by that is there is absolutely no build up to the formation of the Justice League. It just kinda happens off screen, and apparently a lot of time has passed in between. Now I don't know if some upcoming movies are going to take place before this movie to explain how they actually formed, but it just seems weird to me that they would use a huge arc like the Hal Jordan Parallax arc in such a minor story. Just feels like a throwaway story in this movie. And we as viewers have no connection to Hal Jordan whatsoever, as they thought it would be a good idea to tell and not show. Hal was supposedly the greatest lantern in the universe, and it all happened off screen, but we witnessed none of that. If they just built up Hal's character during several movies, or during maybe even one movie, then this massive Parallax arc ending in his death that introduced John Stewart would have worked way better. Introducing Hal, possessing Hal, wiping out the Green Lantern Corps, and killing Hal in the space of just 1 hour and 28 minutes is not possible. Well, it is possible considering they did it, but you can't do it well. I just don't know what the writers were thinking. I mean, they even killed Sinestro in probably the worst way possible. If you haven't seen the movie, he was basically impaled by John's lantern ring while he recalled it, basically piercing through Sinestro's chest. Another thing that I don't like is that what they did to my beloved Hawkgirl. I know John is a veteran and the ring runs on willpower, but there's no way he should have been able to annihilate Hawkgirl. It was so easy for him. He literally just put on his ring and is able to defeat her easily. If Green Arrow hadn't stopped him, she would have been dead. And Hawkgirl is a capable warrior in her own right. I just feel like at that moment in time, she should have won that fight. Another issue I have with Hawkgirl is that she is so cold, callous, bloodthirsty, and very stupid. It's like they relegated her into a brute. One thing that boggles my mind is how easily the entire Green Lantern Corps was wiped out. And not just how easily, but also in what manner they were wiped out. Are you really telling me that Sinestro, who got killed by a small ring, could single-handedly wipe out all of those lanterns? I don't think so. This Sinestro was weak, and I wonder if the creators knew the source material because they seem to ignore it, kinda like Netflix's The Witcher writers. The characters of the movie are also really dumb. The way I'm going to talk about this next topic, I just assume you have seen the movie because I'm going to talk about the prison cell scene. So did none of the characters find it suspicious that Sinestro didn't even mention or see the giant hole that Hal had been digging in the wall? I mean, it's pretty hard to miss considering it was in the center of the damn cell wall. Right when you look into the cell, you can't miss it unless you actively are trying to miss it. But nope, no one questioned it. For being Justice League members, they are certainly not very qualified. The biggest problem with the movie is that it is very boring. The worst thing a movie can be is boring. There was not a single moment where I actively cared about the galactic war between Ran and Thanagar. Honestly, this movie should have never been made, and it will forever be a stain on the Tomorrowverse, which has had a really good start in my opinion. Now back to it. Green Arrow should also have suspected something was wrong when Hal mercilessly killed beings, but he chose to ignore it. Now let me talk about the single dumbest moment of the movie. It is when John recalls his ring, when the ring is locked in a fortified Yellow Lantern energy force field, and it somehow easily manages to break out of it. They also made John wear that ugly ass coat for about 95% of the movie. He also easily beat the supposed greatest Green Lantern in the known universe in like 2 minutes. So you know, the only good thing about the movie is that we will now probably get the likes of Simon Bass, Jessica Cruz, and Kyle Rayner, with John Stewart having to rebuild the Green Lantern Corps. I mean, I wish they would have done it in another way, but this is the reality that we live in and we can't change it no matter what. The only way I see Hal and Sinestro coming back is if they do like a Blackest Night, Brightest Day type of storyline. We will see what the future holds. Knowing this universe, Jessica Cruz will magically be on the Justice League and the Justice League War World movie. I don't really know if this video is a rant or not. I mean, my tone is calm, I think, but I'm just tearing this movie apart. Well, not as badly as probably some other people, but this is probably the worst DC animated movie I have seen since Batman and Harley Quinn, and that was honestly a terrible, horrible, horrific movie. I mean, this movie isn't as bad as that movie. I actively hate Batman and Harley Quinn. It has done irreparable damage to the DCAU and my brain simultaneously. I'm just saying, thank God Justice League vs. the Fatal Five was also in the DCAU, because that movie feels more like a DCAU movie than that hot garbage called Batman and Harley Quinn, which literally has one of the creative minds behind the entire universe. And this movie was the DCAU movie that felt out of place. I think Batman and Harley Quinn has been described as Bruce Timm's wet dream. I believe it was Chris Randolph who said that Bruce Timm likes to have some private sessions with his female characters from the DCAU or his female drawings. I can't say I blame him, but don't make an entire movie out of your fetishes, please. No one wants that. This has been Just Phantom, and just a quick video. Thank you so much for watching. Perhaps consider subscribing if you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you another time. Goodbye.